Okay, we're going to make peanut butter fudge. Creamy cream cheese frosting. Net weight 16 ounces. There's 2 of those containers. Jiffy natural crunchy peanut butter. Has 90% peanuts. What's the other 10%? I don't know. Well, anyway, net weight 40 ounces, 2-pound jar. Says it's natural. If you're allergic to peanuts, do not do this, okay? Anyhow, here's the tray. I did grease it. Let me get it out of the cabinet. I decided to do this video as an afterthought. 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. This is butter spray. You pop the lid off, and I sprayed a cookie sheet, with this. Then I put wax paper. I cut wax paper first to fit. And then I put the wax paper over top of the sticky, buttery cookie sheet. That's just so the wax paper comes out of it easy enough. Probably optional. I don't know. I saw somebody else do it. So I'm doing it. Next step is to open the containers. Okay, the lids are off all the containers. Notice there's a child safety protector on all of them to keep children out of them while they're in the store. So these have got to come off. And if it leaves any kind of a little residue of an aluminum foil ring, like some of it sticks to the rim, you got to scrape it off because this is going in the microwave. 1 minute for this one, 1 minute for that one, probably 1.5 minutes for this one. Low watt, 700 watts. A minute for each of these may not be enough. Might be 1.5 minutes, and this one might be 2 minutes. But I would start with a minute. The idea is to get them liquidy enough so they pour out. So you're not spooning it. Okay, what I forgot to mention was, yes, you pour them out. You can pour them all in this tray and then mix them, but you're going to tear up your wax paper. So use the mixing bowl. Okay. All right, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. You pull that protector off, and then you're left with this little bit of aluminum, which microwaves don't like. You put this in there, with that on there, you're going to get sparks flying everywhere. You're going to think you started a 5-alarm fire. Pull this residue off. If there's any aluminum on it, pull it off. Throw it in the trash. Okay, this one's nice and clean. No foil residue. Same here for this one. Gonna pull the tab off of this one. The key I found is just kind of real carefully pull them off, and then you don't. See, I can throw that away now, but there's a little bit of cream cheese on it. Okay, now I can throw it away. Okay, gonna make cream cheese, or nuke it, whichever technical term you like to use. 1 minute. See, we're at the halfway point. Nothing has exploded yet. I mean, if you're worried about it exploding out of there, maybe it's good to just stop it, before you get too far. You can see it's getting soft. That's the idea, so I'll let it finish out the whole minute. Nice and liquidy. That's the way we want it, because then we can pour it in this bowl. But I'm not going to pour it just yet, because it'll stay warmer in that while the others are heating up. So here we go. Minute for that one. While that's still heating up in the microwave, about halfway done there, there's this thing. What is this thing called? I don't know. It's made by the Pampered Chef. Anyway, it's rubbery, because when you dump that out into this bowl, there's going to be a bunch left in the container sticking to the walls of it, so this thing will come in handy for carving it out and getting the rest of it in that bowl. Okay, so there you go. We probably got this used at an estate sale. That's my guess. Looks like somebody been chewing on it. The grandma probably made cake frosting and handed it to the kid, and the kid started biting on this thing. I guarantee it. That's probably why those notches are there. Okay, back to work. Okay, these two are heated up. I got my little rubbery spatula thingy. Now we gotta heat up the peanut butter. As you can see, it ain't pouring, not like that. We're gonna go with 1 minute at first, and I may end up hitting it a second minute, we'll see. Okay, so this is the first minute with the peanut butter. I'm almost guaranteeing that 1 minute ain't gonna be enough. We're gonna have to do another minute, more than likely. Nope, it ain't liquidy enough. Another minute. This is a puny microwave. It's a puny cheap microwave. You buy it at Walmart for, well, at the time we got it was probably like 50 bucks. They probably charge something close to $100 now for a puny microwave. Okay, this is after the second minute. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to need this spatula thing and scrape the inside of that out. Okay, I think I got it fairly cleared out. Yes, I could recycle that, but now you're talking about another 5 or 10 minutes trying to clean that container out. These rinse real easy, so I can put those in the recycle bin. I'm not going to waste time on that peanut butter container. I'm sorry, guys. Here's the cream cheese frosting. I'm going to have to scrape that container out too. Okay, the second cream cheese frosting has been dumped into it and scraped. Okay, handy tip. Once you use the cream cheese, these are really handy containers. I've cleaned them out. And they got really nice lids, so you can actually use those in place of your Ziploc bags, or, you know, if you're too cheap like I am to buy actual Tupperware. Those make nice reusable storage containers. Yay! Somebody that's green, please cheer me on this, okay? Okay, we've got all the ingredients dumped in the mixing bowl. As you can see, this mixing bowl is very full. So I probably could have grabbed a larger mixing bowl. So you know how they say hindsight is 20/20? Yeah, well, this is one of those instances. That may not even be a big enough tray. I think it's about 7 or 8 inches wide by, I don't know, I would say that's at least maybe 12 inches. 12 by 8, I don't know. But it's not very deep walled, as you can see. It barely comes up to my knuckles there. So that may not be enough tray to accommodate this much content. Gonna find out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish mixing up, and then I'll get back to this video. Okay, I finished mixing it. As you can see, it's already starting to set up, because normally I would have already had it poured into this pan. It's set up on me, so now I'm gonna have to put that whole mixing bowl in the microwave for another minute or 2 or 3 to soften it up again. Okay, I put the whole mixing bowl back in the microwave because it started to set up on me before I had a chance to pour it into the pan. But, you know, it takes extra time when you're videotaping stuff. Okay, stop ranting. Okay, as you can see, it is starting to set up. So this is where using the spatula is going to help get it out of this mixing bowl and into this pan. So I'll pause the video and come back to that. Okay, now we're at the point of mashing it all into place. Hopefully it's not going to stick up above the edges of this pan. I think we're okay. Just try to fill all the corners. I guess that's why it's good probably to have the wax paper sticking up over the edges a little bit. That way at least maybe it helps hold it in a little. I don't know. We'll find out. Don't that look good? I could eat it right now. It'd be a little gooey, but anyway, the idea is get it in the refrigerator. In my case, I've got room in the freezer, so I'm probably just going to put it in the freezer for about a half hour. But before I do that, I got the secret stealth ingredient. Semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to put about half of this bag, that weight 12 ounces, on top of this, and then I'm going to mash them in with a fork. All right, so the stealth ingredient is semi-sweet chocolate chip morsels. I think about half that bag is a cup, which is what that is. That's 1 cup. So just sprinkle over. Don't worry about them getting uneven. Just dump them out. Spread them out best you can. It's already starting to set up a little bit because it's cooled down since heating up the ingredients in the microwave. So I'm not gonna worry about it. If one piece is more chocolatey than another, then so be it. Anyway, just try to mash them down a little bit. I suppose I could have mixed them in the mixing bowl, but I didn't. Instead, I put them in as an afterthought. So there we go. Now that's going to have to go. I'm going to put it in the freezer, but you can put it in the fridge. Probably for about 2 or 3 hours. It'll get hard enough to cut it. Probably 1 hour in the freezer, I bet, will make it set up enough to be cut. Oh, that is heavy. It's kind of balanced precariously on the ice tray. Chocolate chips on there. How did I do that? Oh well. Anyway, it's sitting there. About an hour more. It'll be set up enough to cut.
2 hours later.
Okay, it's time to get it out of the freezer. I've let it sit there for about 2 hours, which is probably an hour too long. So anyway, it's plenty set up. Now, as you can see, little sample. Yep, it's good. You have to take my word for it. So there you see, you get the gist of it. I'll cut it in squares. And then I'll put it in a plastic container of some kind and stick it in the fridge because you want to keep this refrigerated, otherwise it'll get too soft. It's what I would call a refrigerated fudge. So it's pretty good. Good luck with making yours if you try it.